And we finish up today's Farmer Rapid Fire with Pioneer Seeds Canada area agronomist Doug Moisey, based in Alberta. Hey, Doug, how's it going?
Not bad. You're not bad. How about yourself?
Oh, pretty good. Well, hey, winter's back.
Yes.
Man alive. I was in Camrose earlier this week, and very wintry affair. I guess we'll take the moisture, Doug.
Oh, definitely. It's actually put a little bit of more of a positive spin, especially like Lloydminster South. Still up in that North Country part of Athabasca into St. Paul. Still very only a couple inches of snow that basically blew everywhere. But you start getting in south of Edmonton, Camrose, Red Deer. There's some good snowpack, and that's going to put some potential moisture in the field. So the positivity is turning around. We've never lost a crop in January and February, but now we're starting to get down to critical time now. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. So we'll take it. I'm not going to refuse it. Put it that way.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so you've been at a lot of different grower meetings throughout the past number of months. What have you been hearing from growers from an agronomic perspective? What are some of their main questions that they're throwing your way?
Well, I think number one is with commodity prices being down, what fertilizer risk based upon moisture, the upcoming growing season. A lot of guys have already pre-bought the fertilizer, but they're wondering is that like should I be risking a lot more upfront based on moisture just because commodity prices are down? And it's because of that downward flow. So, but from that end of it, other than that, a lot more questions on weed resistance management, especially with
Mm,
the eastern half of the province, because around a pretty kochia, or glyphosate resistant kochia being around, guys are looking at, okay, how do I control it? And of course, the easy switch is that we'll all grow Liberty Link canola. Well, the thing is how many cycles before we start seeing resistance to glufosinate? So there's a lot of questions on the strategy going forward. What do I need to do? And so there's been a lot of questions on that. And in fact, we have some people that have been talking about it to a couple of our growers. Just how do we start managing that? Um, the other one is verticillin. Verticillin
mm.
or wilt is really come to the forefront. It was considered to be originally in Manitoba, and it's caught a lot of people off guard, and I myself too. I'll be blunt. A couple of years ago, I was out in the Camrose area, walked a field on some early maturing hybrids, and swore up and down it was blackleg. And I wanted that I've learned more about verticillin because I finally saw more confirmed field in the area, in through that Lloydminster right up to Westlock area. Now I'm realizing that, I misdiagnosed it. And this guy had verticillin a couple of years ago. So it's a lot more widespread than what guys are thinking. So a lot of questions on how do we handle it? What do we do? And it's pushing guys on rotation. There's a lot more discussion on rotation. And then, of course, there's always new things on the marketplace that guys are asking. So there's a myriad of questions going on right now.
Yeah, Doug, if your weed resistance strategy is to just switch to glufosinate resistant hybrid, you're kind of actually repeating the same
Exactly.
mistake again. Like you're really not getting out ahead of anything.
No.
There's reasons to use a Liberty Link hybrid. I'm not poo-pooing that at all. Like there's solid reasons to do that.
Yeah.
But in terms of thinking you're dealing with weed resistance issues, that's not one of them.
No, and that's what we're trying to get across to guys. It's not the easy switch of just flipping a switch. Yeah, we're going to glufosinate. It's talking about taking care of it during the year of canolas, taking care of it during the year of when you put your cereal in. Maybe it's extending your rotation an extra year just so that you can help control that weed system. And of course, because the way kochia is, it loves these drier springs and it likes drought. So it is spreading more quickly and more rapidly. And there's a lot of old time technology that's out there that guys have to start thinking about. Okay, maybe I need to look at something like an edge type of a herbicide is a pre-incorporate or pre-plant and get it out there to help control some of that. So there's that. And so, and I think more than anything is that we have to start getting more to the forefront of that as agronomists and the whole industry is that we got to get back to this whole weed resistance chain and how we're going to change things and help guys make some better decisions. And I know economics are playing a big change in this, but when you start looking at the central U.S. and the number of herbicide-resistant weed that they have out there, we are on that direction and that path because of our rotation of wheat canola. So it's that thinking ahead 4 and 5 years and start planning 4 and 5 years ahead. So
Yeah. And Doug, one of the challenges is I think people are searching for that really simple, easy
Yeah.
solution to deal with it,
Yeah.
and that doesn't exist.
No, the easy button doesn't exist anymore. And, you know, it's great that we have glyphosate technology, glufosinate technology in our canola. It's really cleaned up from the old days when we used to have to put post, mustard, Lontrell with edge, you know, and that's how we control the weeds. We summer followed. Um, but it has become a very simple system. And I think what guys have to think about, especially those younger guys, farming 5 and 10 years out is planning 5 and 10 years out. Where do we go? And I know prices dictate, but we have to start thinking, okay, you know, is there some market to maybe specialize and grow? I'm going to throw this out, throw out a couple of quarter sections of contracted oats, or, you know, maybe it's going to a soft white wheat for an extra year and then looking at cleaning up your fields just to help with this whole rotational aspect. You know, we've got with verticillum on the rise, we've got weed resistance on the rise. It's just a matter that it's just not going to happen overnight that we can fix this problem. And then when you look at companies, to bring a new herbicide group to market is a lot of money and a lot of years, and it just doesn't happen overnight. And so there are guys struggling with it, especially in the east portion of that. And in my mind, it's time that we start thinking, planning our rotations 4 years out. And that's easy for me to say, but it's called long-term sustainability, and that's what we want. It's long-term sustainability of our customers.
Doug, thanks a lot for joining us here
Right.
today on Real Ag Radio. Really do appreciate it.
Excellent. Have a great rest of your day.
If you have any feedback on what you heard today or some thoughts or opinions on any topic, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email, shaney@realagriculture.com, or call the Real Ag Feedback line, 855-776-6147. Thanks, everyone, for getting real and getting connected with Real Ag Radio. Of course, the Farmer Rapid Fire is brought to you by Pioneer Seeds Canada. Cheers, everybody.